Sean.
Alright guys, welcome to part 3 of Top 6 College Football Rundown.
Yep, we're doing the third part of our bowl installment, and we left you last time with the Ticket City Bowl, where we both picked Houston to beat Penn State, and the Big Ten suffers another blow. Now the Outback Bowl's traditionally been an SEC-dominated bowl. The Big Ten always comes in with a team that's, like their second-tier team, and this time we have Michigan State, who was in an absolute crazy game against Wisconsin in the Big Ten title game where they lost because their guy ran into the punter. And we got Georgia, who started off up 10-0 on LSU. Looked like they were going to just roll over LSU and then went on to give up 42 points in a row. This is an interesting one because these two teams are both very good football teams, aren't they?
Yeah.
Boy, this is a tough one to pick. I like both teams a lot. I think I'm going to go with Michigan State.
I'm going to go with Georgia just because of their defense. Like I said, I always go with defense wins games.
Well, Michigan State has one of the highest rated defenses, too.
Right.
Of course, they gave up 42 to Wisconsin. So, all right, well, that'll definitely be one I think will go down to the absolute wire. We'll probably see another, running into the kicker decides the game kind of deal. Now, the Capital One Bowl is another SEC versus Big Ten showdown, and this is the year that the Big Ten really has something to prove, And we got South Carolina, who's finished the season 10-2 remarkably, even though, they just played like garbage. I don't know about you, but what I saw was a team that played like garbage and somehow managed to win 10 games against Nebraska, who started off the Big Ten by getting blown out by Wisconsin, and then they did good for a while, and they lost again. So, the jury's still out in Nebraska. This is another tough one.
I would say the opposite. I'm going to go with Nebraska on this one.
I think I'm going to agree with Arvin. I don't think South Carolina is ready for Nebraska.
And if they do beat them, it'll just be out of just pure luck.
Because, we're talking about they have quarterback issues, they have defense issues. And Nebraska, I think if they're not playing Wisconsin, their defense is very good. And I think they'll just come into this game and say, you know what? We're going to take it to you. We're going to beat the crap out of you. Yeah. I still don't know how South Carolina beat Clemson. I don't know what happened in that game. All right, now this one is interesting. We got the taxeslayer.com. Look at that. That's the sponsor they got for the Gator Bowl this year. This used to be a big deal, and we got 2 6-6 teams in this game. Ohio State and Florida, it's a matchup you would expect, but both teams are terrible.
Yeah.
Lou Fickell, is going to be out next year. Urban Meyer is going to be next year.
Ohio State doesn't get a heart attack on the field.
Who you got, Arvin?
I'll take Ohio State.
I'm going to take Ohio State, too. I think their quarterback is pretty good.
Pretty good. And Florida, the only thing they have working for them is their running backs, and even that, I think, will get shut down.
Florida's had way too many injuries this year. Next one is the granddaddy of them all, the Rose Bowl, the Pac-12 champion versus the Big Ten champion, Oregon and Wisconsin. Both teams both teams thought they had a legitimate shot at a national title this year. Both lost 2 games and came up short. Who do you got, Arvin?
I'm going to take Oregon on this one.
I'm actually going to go with the upset. Not because Wisconsin is my favorite team. I know a lot of people say that I'm biased towards Wisconsin, but Wisconsin has hung points on everybody this year. If anybody can keep up with Oregon offensively, it's Wisconsin.
It'll be close.
I think Wisconsin's defense is better than Oregon's defense, so that's why I'm picking them in this one. Next is the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. That'll be another good one. We got Stanford with 1 loss, and Oklahoma State, who is probably absolutely pissed they're not in the title game. I think Andrew Luck finally meets his match. I think Whedon outguns him all over the football field.
Gone. Stanford's gone. Yeah.
We're going with Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma State.
Next one's the Sugar Bowl, where Michigan's going to take on Virginia Tech. Oh, that's going to be a good game, too.
Yeah.
I cannot wait to watch that game. Both teams are just very, very good football teams. Michigan had a little bit of a struggle in the middle of their schedule, but they've recovered nicely. Although I'm still not sure what's going on with the quarterback situation, where they keep yanking one option quarterback for another option quarterback, and I think Denard Robinson is a better passer than that. Who's that other guy that they keep putting in?
No, I don't even
know.
But he's probably pretty good.
And then Virginia Tech, so we said, oh yeah, Virginia Tech, they're going to blow out Clemson because Clemson's falling apart at the seams. And then Clemson took it to him again for the second time this season. I feel like that was deja vu. Boy, this is a tough pick. I'm going to go with Michigan by a field goal late in the game. I'm saying it comes down to the wire, and Denard Robinson takes them down the field and wins the game.
I'm going to go with Virginia Tech just because even though Denard Robinson's pretty good, there have just been times where he's tried to get the score back up, but at the last minute, it just doesn't go through.
All right. Next one's the Discover Orange Bowl, where we have the Big East champion West Virginia, which I think they deserve to win the Big East, but did they have to take it all the way down to get into a three-way tie just to win that conference versus Clemson, who is the ACC champion at 10-3? And I think Clemson finally righted themselves. And West Virginia, why did you get into a three-way tie to win your conference? I got Clemson.
You got Clemson?
Yeah.
I'll get Clemson.
I just don't see West Virginia winning that football game.
It'd be tough.
Next, the AT&T Cotton Bowl. We got Kansas State, who kind of shocked the college football world with having a 10-win season under Bill Snyder, who I think is going to win Coach of the Year probably, versus Arkansas, who we've been saying all year that they were ranked probably a little too high. They did win 10 games. I'm not taking that away from them. They did beat the crap out of South Carolina, but clearly people didn't value that win because they dropped one in the rankings after beating them. So... oh, boy, this is tough. I think Arkansas is a little more offense than Kansas State.
I would take Arkansas as well.
Next one's the BBVA Compass Bowl, and this is not very exciting. I'm sorry, everybody. And we're talking January 7th now. I was saying the days, but oh well. We got SMU versus Pittsburgh.
Right.
Now, Pittsburgh started off with high expectations, played really close games, and then got just absolutely destroyed in the Big East schedule. And then you got SMU, who...
I've never even heard of them.
Southern...
Mississippi...
Southern Methodist. They're in Fort Worth, I do believe.
They're just not a really...
I think I'm going to go with Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh.
Next one is the GoDaddy.com Bowl, and could they have found any
worse?
Okay. Arkansas State is 10-2 and 8-0 in whatever conference they played in. I'm not even gonna ponder that one.
There.
And then they got Northern Illinois at 10-3. I mean, who wants to even watch that game? This is an insult. And look at what time they have it. They have it on January 8th at 9 p.m.
Yeah, so obviously no one was gonna watch it. It's just a waste of a bowl game.
I'm gonna go with Northern Illinois because I've actually heard of Northern Illinois.
Yeah. I've not heard of Arkansas.
And now the one everybody's waiting for us to pick.
BCS.
The national title game. And as everybody knows, they decided to go with the rematch. I think it's complete bull crap.
I think it should be LSU, Oklahoma State.
I mean, you can't tell me you think that Alabama's going to somehow play substantially better in this game. And they lost by a field goal when it was in Alabama. We're talking about a neutral site here. Okay? Yeah. I'm going with LSU. I think LSU this time cleans up business and beats them by a lot, and they'll win the national championship. All right, last minute Heisman predictions. We got Monty Ball got invited. We got Trent Richardson, Andrew Luck, Robert Griffin III, and those are, I think, the top four. Do you still? Who do you think is going to win?
Everyone's saying that there's a new guy, and he's the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu.
Oh, yes. I forgot about LSU's star player.
I'm going to probably go with him, just because it's going to be so unexpected.
Because he's the best player on the best team.
Yeah.
I don't know. They don't like to give the Heisman to a defensive player, because they have a separate defensive award. I want to go with Robert Griffin III.
Yeah, if I had to go for an offensive Heisman. All right, guys. Well, we got to cut it short. Yeah. Woohoo!